Well, thanks so much for being here. If you have children that struggle with reading, maybe grandchildren, maybe you're a teacher, you have children in your life that you just need to find a way to reach them to be able to help them get over the hump and the struggles of reading. You are going to be very interested in hearing from my next author. His name is Jose Torres, and he comes at helping children learn how to read from his own struggles when he was young. Welcome, Jose. Glad that you're here.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Jose wrote a book called Can a Teddy Bear Be? And Jose, can we have you hold up the book? It's so beautiful and it's so sweet. Can a teddy bear be? And really, the reason you wrote this was because of your own struggles, right? Learning to read
Yes.
as a child. Can you talk about that?
Well, I when I was a child, I was actually had um, very difficult in reading, and so one of the things that I did a lot was do a lot of drawings,
Mm.
and then I realized that from different teachers and different avenues that I attempted, that I could actually learn better reading if the words that I read were repetitive words,
Mm.
so words that were common, words that I could read over and over again, and gave me better understanding of what the story was about.
Hmm. And I love the fact that this book is kind of wrapped around not just the repetitive words, but about what children can be when they grow up and gets them excited about the variety of occupations that are available, right?
Yes, children love teddy bears for one thing, and I know that by reading this, their interest is already there. Then I also wanted to point out that just like a teddy bear, they could in this book they could be whatever they wanted to be, and some of the options that I have are illustrated here in the book.
Can we
A
see
few of
some of
them,
those?
like these two right here, one is a mechanic, and the other one's a teacher, and it's just explaining that this is what kids can be if they want to. A couple other
Mhm.
ones are a cheerleader and a scientist. So
Wow.
the book goes through different ones and different professions,
Mm.
and also goes into some of the sports professions too that children can be if they want to be.
Mm. It really gets them thinking. And, one of the things we're talking about is take your child to work day and getting them thinking about maybe what mom and dad do or what someone they're close to in the family, or just getting them thinking about different careers and just showing them through the excitement of your book, what they can be. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I found out that even my grandchildren, a few of them do have some, I don't know if we'll call it disability, but just a few problems reading. So when they read my books, they're able to go ahead and just read it completely. One of my kids who really can't read any type of book was able to pick it up and start reading with it after a couple pages.
Wow. What's the difficulty level of the book?
The difficulty level, the book is actually geared for anywhere from about 4 years old to 13. And
Mhm.
the difficulty is not really difficult at all. I mean, I've made so the words that they're commonly using already in
Mhm.
school, so there's nothing there that will trip them up or make them, second guess themselves.
And there's something special about teddy bears. There's something warm and welcoming and loving about them. Is that why you use them?
Yeah, I use them because every kid has had a teddy bear once in their life somewhere, and that's one thing that is not scary to them. A teddy bear is comforting, so the words should be comforting with it in the book. Yep.
Jose, would you share the story about the child that came, or children that come to your house and ask for the book?
Yes, actually, I've written a few books, and one of those books is this book here, Can a Teddy Bear Be? And from time to time, I'll have kids in the neighborhood will come to the door and knock on the door, wanting to see if I have another book that they could have. So I will go ahead and give them a book and dedicate it to them. Uh, and they seem to tell the other friends in the neighborhood, and before I know it, I've got 5 or 6 kids that are coming during the day to ask for a book.
That's
And
an
so far, I've got good response from them. They said they love the book, so that's great.
What would you say to a parent that has a child that's struggling with reading?
I would let them know that they need to give the child time to develop on their own. Give them resources such as this book or other books that will actually help them at a slow pace. because once they get the confidence in of reading, they're going to keep on reading. If it's too hard for them, they're gonna just like anything else, they're gonna want to stop. They're not gonna want to
Mhm.
continue on. But with this book and other books that are like this, it gives them that confidence. It makes them go ahead and be positive about their reading and want to read more.
And it's about so much more than just the reading. I love the fact that in the very back, there's a blank teddy bear, and the child can create the career of that teddy bear that they want. If there's a career that's not already illustrated in the book, maybe it's a race car driver and it's not in the book, they can color that.
Yes, they can actually go ahead and put in their own teddy bear that they think they may want to be something in the future.
Hmm.
And so I did have a couple pages in the back they can actually express themselves.
Jose, I think you've hit on something so important. Not only are you teaching them through the repetitive of easy words and the repetitive of sentences and words that they're going to be very familiar with and simple sentences, the love of teddy bears that are very comforting, but also the creativity of being able to color and express themselves. It's like you're using several different parts of their brain. All these different parts are just firing for these kids. And I think that's just wonderful.
Yeah, I
And it
found a
sounds
lot
like
of
you've got
times.
kids in the back there already, right?
Yes, they're here today for snow day. Yeah, and I found that a lot of kids who do have reading, a little slower reading, also very creative. Their imagination
Mm.
is tremendous, and they can
Mm.
uh, not only express themselves with drawing, but they actually have stories themselves that they like to share.
You just need to tap into it, right?
Yes.
So when you talk about children feeling frustrated reading, then the parents or the teachers can easily get frustrated. What's some positive feedback or some positive words that you can help when us as adults trying to help children read are feeling frustrated along with the children? How could you help fill us up with encouragement?
Well, I was encouraged with my parents. They understood that I had difficulty reading when I was young, and they would sit with me and try to get me to read more than play. But of course, a kid wants to play all the time.
Yeah.
And I would suggest that for parents to have a child who has a little bit of difficulty, to sit with them, encourage them to read. Don't try to read for them because it's not going to help with um, their reading, but just give them a little nudge in the right direction when they have a difficulty, and then of course give them a lot of praise when they finish because they did do something that was actually a lot harder than most kids.
I can't imagine a better place to end. Thank you so much for sharing that. Can a Teddy Bear Be by Jose Torres? Would you think about purchasing that for your children? Maybe you're a Sunday school teacher or an educator of some sort. What a wonderful resource. And be sure to go ahead and go on Amazon or Goodreads and give it a rating. It makes a big difference. Jose, thank you for joining us today. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for giving back to our kids.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.